Right now at noon, California begins cleaning efforts after another major storm hits the state.
And we have some rain showers in our weekend forecast with some clouds. I'll tell you all about that coming up.
And Hawaii faces another hazardous eruption as the new year begins.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Cale Chapman. We go now to a developing situation in Independence, Kansas, where a domestic incident turned into a hostage situation. Police in Independence, Kansas responded to a domestic incident in the area of 9th and Magnolia at around 3 o'clock this morning. The incident became a hostage situation and the Kansas Highway Patrol Special Response Team was called in. The suspect surrendered peacefully and the victim was released. There is no current danger to the public. The Missouri State Highway Patrol's Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division will participate in a 5-day human trafficking awareness initiative running January 9th through the 13th. The initiative aims to educate drivers, motor carriers, law enforcement officers, and the general public about human trafficking and what signs to look for in these situations. The Highway Patrol says signs of human trafficking are not always obvious, but they could include psychological coercion, overly submissive attitudes, lack of control over personal effects, or any kind of physical trauma. 5 mutual aid departments respond to a commercial structure fire in Delaware County, Oklahoma. The Thursday report about 1:15 in the morning alerted Cowskin Fire Department to a commercial structure fire at King Point Resort on Grand Lake. Firefighters responded and battled the blaze for an extended period of time during the morning. Additional firefighters from Grove, Butler, Hickory Grove, Monkey Island Fireboat, and the Seneca Cayuga Tribal Fire Department all joined the fight. Units remained on scene until 8 a.m. Authorities say there were no injuries to occupants or firefighters. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. There's a healthcare option in Joplin for older residents. On Thursday, Mercy held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for its new Mercy 65 Prime Plus clinic. It will focus on serving Medicare patients, those 65 years old and older. Officials say it provides a more intensive primary care experience, which is frequently needed for seniors.
We are going to have longer appointment time. 15-minute doctor appointment. They're going to be 30 minutes. If they're having their annual wellness visit, we have that planned for an hour, so we have plenty of time to go over any of their needs, make sure that they have everything taken care of at home. We can set them up with home health if that's what they need, really just spending time with them.
The clinic is located at 2216 East 32nd Street between Rain Lounge and Connecticut Avenue. Pittsburgh drivers should expect some detours starting today. Road construction begins on South Rouse Street. Traffic will be moved from the west side of South Rouse to the east side of South Rouse. Drivers will also be able to use East Quincy Street at the Rouse intersection. For a full breakdown of detour routes, download the KOAM News Now app. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us with a first look at the weather.
Thank you very much, Cale. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning out there so far, and we're starting to see some clouds moving in from the west. These are cirrus and cirrostratus clouds, and they're going to get thicker and lower as we go through the afternoon, but still we'll see some peaks of sun as we head through the afternoon. Temperature, this is what we're watching. We're watching increasing clouds today ahead of the next storm system, and then we're going to be watching for some showers on Saturday morning, and then we're going to be looking at a cold Sunday and a chilly afternoon as we head out the weekend. And let's take a look at this radar right now. Really not a whole lot going on over the last 6 hours. We saw some showers earlier and also now developing down in Oklahoma. And we'll see that as we head through the afternoon and especially the overnight hours. In fact, here's our rain coverage expected. Joplin in the red here. And then as we go through time, you can see Pittsburgh in the yellow. And you can see there's a better chance of rain in Pittsburgh. And then Nevada even higher still. So the further north you go, the better the chance of rain as we head into the overnight and early morning hours. Of course, I'll have all the details on that, as well as a look at your extended forecast when we return in just a little bit.
Topping Nation Watch this morning, the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii began erupting on Thursday. The eruption has created a unique haze over the island. The U.S. Geological Service says that the volcanic gas that is erupting out of Kilauea is producing a visible haze of volcanic smog called VOG. The haze has been observed just downwind of the eruption site. This VOG is composed of sulfur dioxide and other gases. It has the potential to create airborne health hazards for residents and visitors. causing breathing difficulties and damaging agricultural crops. The volcano alert level has been raised to red because of the associated hazards. Mauna Loa's eruption had no impact on Kilauea and remains quiet. Now to California, where tens of thousands are without power after the state was slammed by its second major storm in less than a week. The deadly system brought with it damaging winds, heavy rains, and catastrophic flooding. At least 2 people, including a toddler, have died as a result of this latest round of severe weather. The grandmother of that toddler is now speaking out. Danya Bacchus has more from San Francisco.
Overnight, giant waves slammed into Redondo Beach outside of LA. The massive flooding it caused is now a familiar sight for many Californians as an atmospheric river storm system moves through the state.
I could hear the rain hitting everything, and I could hear things bouncing around my porch.
This is the dramatic video of crews in nearby Ventura County rescuing a man from a rushing river. Areas further north, though, seem to have been hit even harder. A powerful storm surge tore through a historic pier in Capitola, south of San Jose.
It had to take a huge hit to do something that damaging.
Forceful winds have also toppled trees. One smashed into these first-time San Francisco homeowners' bedroom while they were inside with their 2 toddlers.
We were sitting in the living room and they just kind of like jumped into my lap when they heard the whoosh and the smash.
Luckily, the family escaped unharmed. But in Sonoma County, a toddler was killed when a redwood tree fell on a mobile home.
He loved playing outside. He loved to dance. He loved to sing. He was the happiest child, always smiling.
Here in South San Francisco, high winds blew down the canopy at this gas station. Thankfully, forecasters are predicting dry conditions today, allowing the cleanup efforts to begin. The same storm system that has drenched the state in rainfall also dumped several feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada, where multiple travel and avalanche warnings have been issued. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, San Francisco.
Well, that drier weather in California today is likely short-lived good news, as more possibly stronger storms are expected to hit parts of California again early next week. Now that's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News, we've got a look at today's top business stories, including potential bankruptcy of a name brand home goods store. And later, we're making a lighter tiramisu in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Stocks took a dive Thursday after new government data showed the U.S. Labor Department remains tight. The DOW dropped 339 points, the NASDAQ fell 153 points, and the S&P 500 sank 44 points. CBS News' Serena Marshall has more with the latest business headlines from Washington.
A new Labor Department report shows new jobless claims fell to 204,000 in the final week of 2022. That's the lowest number since September. But those numbers are not necessarily good news for the Federal Reserve, which raised interest rates 7 times last year, hoping to actually slow job growth down, which could in turn help rein in high inflation. Bed Bath & Beyond is warning that the company has serious doubts about its future and may have to file for bankruptcy. The home goods chain, founded more than 50 years ago, announced plans last summer to lay off about 20% of its corporate employees and close around 150 stores. The company also owns children's retailer Bye Bye Baby. And tonight, lucky players will get another shot to win the Mega Millions jackpot, which now sits at $940 million. It's the 4th largest prize in Mega Millions history. The cash option for a winning ticket, just under $500 million.
Once again, for more business news, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. And still on KOAM News at noon, we've got Mr. Food.
With only 83 calories and all this creaminess, who needs to give up sweets? Not me.
And we got a pretty sweet looking forecast for. Well, we're starting off the weekend pretty nice. We do have some clouds moving in from the west, but of course that's because the next storm system is starting to move out into the plains, and that will have impact as we head into the overnight and early morning hours. Right now, 7th and range line looking pretty good. Just some cirrus and some cirrostratus clouds moving in from the west, but no rain falling out of that as of yet. In fact, here's a look at the radar. It's all clear right now, but that's going to be changing as we head over the next 24 to 36 hours. You can see some showers already developing down in Tulsa. A lot of this is evaporating before it hits the ground because there is a lot of dry air in the mid-levels. and so it's going to take a while before it saturates the entire column. All right, here's a look at the satellite. You can see the storm system starting to organize now over Kansas and Oklahoma. That will start to impact us as we head through, like I said, overnight and especially tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now are pretty pleasant, generally in the lower 50s in the southern areas, up to the north in the upper 40s, 49 a pretty popular number in Nevada, Iola, and Chanute, 52 down in Jay, as well as Grove is 52 degrees right now. All right, let's take a look at what it feels like. Not really much of a change. Once you get above 40 degrees, there's really no wind chill out there. We are about 10 degrees warmer now than we were 24 hours ago, so at least we're on the upward swing as far as our temperatures go. So if you're planning your day, this is what we're looking at. A high of 54 degrees, around 53, 52 right now for your lunch hour, 50 degrees by the evening rush, and 47 degrees by 8 o'clock tonight. All right, let's take a look at the dew points because they're starting to increase too. They're already 30 at Jay and in Grove, upper 20s most everywhere else, and that's one of the reasons why the rain is going to be evaporating before it hits the ground. Here's a look at the temperatures this afternoon. 55 degrees across the area with a warm front draped across our area, and that warm front's going to continue to kind of meander around for a little bit. And then as we go into the overnight hours, you can see the showers breaking out across our area with a low pressure center by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning over about Columbus. And then that's going to move off towards the east and drag a cold front through here, changing our wind direction and dropping temperatures down into the 30s up to the north. And look at there, there's some snow, but not for us. It's going to be up towards Kansas City, but it's going to be close. And then that colder air is going to start to filter in and spill in behind that cold front. And by Sunday morning, we'll see lows below freezing once again, even some upper 20s in southeastern Kansas. Then as we go through the day on Sunday, we'll see the sun return as well as temperatures in the mid 40s, so not too bad of a Sunday across the area. Then more clouds start to spill in Sunday night and Monday, but no precipitation with that. And we'll see lows generally right around freezing with the south wind starting to bring up some warmer air from the south. Another look at those precip chances, low right now, but then they'll start to increase as we go through the evening and into the early morning hours. How much rainfall is expected? Well, not a lot. We're not expecting a whole lot of rain from this system. Most of the rain is going to be from, let's say from Yates Center to Parsons to Columbus and Pineville, north and east. Some places could pick up a 1/10 of an inch like Stockton, but it's going to be very light in the rainfall bucket. That's not going to help the drought situation because we're still in a drought. In fact, exceptional drought from Chanute to Independence and points westward. And then that drought is now starting to sneak back into western Missouri as we've been dry for quite some time. So we definitely need some more rainfall. And I do think we have it, just not enough of it. 49 tomorrow with those showers in the morning, 47 on Sunday, 59 on Monday. And then as we head into Tuesday, mostly sunny with mild conditions, a high of 53, and gets even warmer for your Wednesday, a high of 58. Then another round of rain comes in on Thursday with a 40% chance of that. Then if we look in the extended period, we cool down a little bit Friday and Saturday, but then yet another round of rain possible on Sunday with a high of 52 and a 30% chance of showers. So not looking too bad, just have to dodge a few showers here and there, but for early January, I don't think we really can complain about this forecast at all.
No, I mean, I'm with you on that. We certainly can't. We could be in some kind of crazy polar vortex, and we're not. So I'm okay with it.
But don't worry, winter is not going away.
Sometimes I wish it would.
Yeah. All right.
All righty. Well, we take some quick time now to honor today's four-state hero, Frank Owsley. Owsley served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1971. The Joplin native was part of the 647 Quartermaster Company and earned the National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Victory Combat Medal, 3 overseas bars, and the Army Accommodation Medal. To Specialist Frank Owsley, we thank you, our four-state hero. One common New Year's resolution is to eat healthier by cutting out your favorite sweets. But here's a healthy twist on a sweet classic with lighter tiramisu. Howard has the recipe in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
All this week, we've been looking at ways to eat better. One of the biggest challenges that many of us face is how to satisfy our sweet tooth while staying on track. If you're like me and try to totally cut sweets out of your diet, you'll probably end up cheating after a short while. A better option, use moderation and cut back on sugar and fat as much as possible. Let me show you a to-die-for version of tiramisu that does just that. We start by lining the bottom of an 8-inch square baking dish with ladyfingers and drizzling them with some strong black coffee. On top of that goes a layer of sugar-free instant vanilla pudding mixed with some fat-free cream cheese and a little bit more coffee. More ladyfingers go on top, and we finish it with some fat-free whipped topping and a dusting of cocoa powder. A few hours in the fridge and done. This recipe is actually from our friends at everydaydiabeticrecipes.com. Yes, it's still as decadent as traditional tiramisu, yet it only has 83 calories per piece and less than 1 gram of saturated fat. To get this recipe, as well as lots of other lighter ones, all you have to do is go to our website and type in lighter tiramisu. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a skinnier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot of more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Increasing clouds today with a high of 54. Then tomorrow morning, scattered showers across the area. A little bit cooler on Sunday, and then we warm right back up early next week with another chance of rain on Thursday and yet another chance of showers on Sunday.
Temperatures look pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm not complaining at all.
Sure.
Alrighty, well, Dal, what do you have going on for us at 5?
Well, a lot at 5 for starters. Scientists are warning a new Omicron subvariant might be the most transmissible one to date. This as new cases are up following the holidays. Plus, a local program addressing eating disorders is getting national attention. And after decades, changes for a popular Allen County, Kansas outdoor spot. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
Awesome. That sounds great. Well, thank you all for joining us here at KOAM News at Noon. We'll be right back here at 5 o'clock. We'll see you then.